Most people live like puppets, controlled by the strings of other people's words, actions, and opinions. A single comment can ruin their day. A small rejection can shatter their confidence. A bit of criticism can send them into self-doubt. Why? Because they give others too much power. They let the outside world dictate their inner peace. The truth is, no one can affect you emotionally unless you allow them to. No one can disturb your peace unless you open the door. You suffer not because of what others say or do. Babies can't decide less many conflicts than they learn. Babies can't decide less many okay, let's face it. Over the past 100 years, we've had illiterate. First step to becoming untouchable is to realize that your emotions are yours alone. No one else should control them. It's the mindset shift that changes everything. The moment you stop seeking validation from others, the moment you stop letting external events decide your mood, that's the moment you gain freedom. Most people live in a reactive state. They're like leaves in the wind. Wherever the wind blows, they follow. They react to everything around them. Someone insults them, they feel hurt. Someone disagrees with them, they feel defensive. Someone ignores them, they feel unimportant. But those who are untouchable operate differently. They don't react, they respond. They don't absorb negativity, they observe it. And they don't get offended. They stay unmoved, and because of this, they hold all the power. Why? People try to pull you down. People will always test you. Some will criticize you, some will disrespect you, some will try to make you feel small, not because something is wrong with you, but because of their own insecurities. Understand this. People can only hurt you from a place of weakness. Strong, confident individuals don't waste their energy trying to tear others down. Only those who feel powerless try to control others. And that is the moment you realize this, their words lose all meaning, their actions lose all power over you. You finally see the truth. They're not strong, they're not superior, they're not in control. They are desperate for a reaction. And when you refuse to give them what they want, when you remain calm, when you do not react, you win every time. The power of emotional detachment is not about being cold or heartless. It's about knowing what deserves your energy and what doesn't. It's about recognizing that most things simply don't matter. Imagine a king sitting on his throne. Do you think he reacts every time someone speaks against him? No. He understands his power. He knows that his energy is too valuable to waste on meaningless noise. You must adopt the same mindset. Stop giving away your emotions so easily. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts. Guard your mind like a fortress. When you master this, you will walk through life untouchable, unshaken by the world around you. Your first step toward becoming untouchable starts now, from this moment forward. Promise yourself one thing. You will no longer let external forces control you. The next time someone insults you, stay calm. The next time someone disrespects you, smile and walk away. The next time someone tries to pull you down, remind yourself, it's not about you, it's about them. The stronger you become mentally, the weaker their hold on you will be. This is the foundation of becoming untouchable. And in the next section, you will learn why people try to control you and how to break free from their grip forever. Stay with me. Your transformation is just beginning. Have you ever noticed how some people always have something negative to say? How they try to make you feel small, weak, or unworthy? Have you ever wondered why they do this? It's not because you're wrong. It's not because you're not good enough. It's because they want control. Human psychology is simple. People who lack control over themselves try to control others. When someone insults you, belittles you, or tries to manipulate you, they're not showing strength, they're revealing their weakness. They're exposing their own insecurities. A confident person doesn't need to put others down. A strong person doesn't need to control anyone. Only those who feel powerless inside seek to dominate others. They want to see you react. They want to make you doubt yourself. They want to feel like they have power over your emotions. But here's the truth. They only succeed if you let them. The psychology of manipulation. Most people don't attack you out of hatred. They attack you because they want something from you. Whether it's a reaction, validation, or submission. A critic wants to feel smarter than you. A bully wants to feel stronger than you. A manipulator wants to feel in control of you. It's about them, their fears, their insecurities, their desperate need for significance. Once you understand this, their words lose all power. You no longer take insults personally. You no longer feel the need to argue, explain, or prove yourself. You see the game for what it is. A weak attempt to control you. How to break free from their influence. Stop feeding them your energy. The only way to win is not to play their game. When you refuse to react, they lose all power over you. When you stay calm in the face of provocation, you become untouchable. They speak, but you remain unmoved. They try to offend, but you do not respond. They seek control, but you give them nothing. And in that moment, you become truly free. Imagine a life where nothing disturbs your peace. No insult shakes your confidence. No rejection weakens your spirit. No opinion makes you question yourself. This is emotional independence, the ability to control your inner world no matter what happens around you. Most people are emotionally dependent. They let others dictate how they feel. A compliment makes them happy. A criticism makes them insecure. They are prisoners of external validation. But here's the truth. If someone else can control how you feel, they own you. True power comes when you detach your emotions from external forces. You stop being a puppet to people's opinions. You stop reacting to negativity. You stop needing approval. You take back control. Why emotional dependency makes you weak? If your happiness depends on people treating you well, what happens when they don't? If your confidence depends on others recognizing your worth, what happens when they ignore you? If your inner peace depends on the world being kind, what happens when it's cruel? The world will not always be fair. People will not always be kind. And if your emotions are tied to the outside world, you will always be at the mercy of things you cannot control. Emotionally weak people suffer because they expect respect, they expect kindness, they expect fairness, and when they don't get it, they break. But those who are emotionally independent expect nothing, and because of that, nothing can hurt them. On how to build emotional independence. Stop seeking validation. If you know your worth, you don't need others to confirm it. Detach from opinions. People's words reflect them, not you. Control your reactions. The less you react, the more power you hold. Accept reality. The world owes you nothing. And that's a good thing. When you no longer depend on others to feel strong, confident, or worthy, you become untouchable. No one can shake what they do not control. And from that moment on, your emotions belong to you alone. Why do so many people feel trapped? Why do they hesitate to speak their minds, chase their dreams, or stand up for themselves? It's because they are addicted to approval. They crave acceptance. They fear rejection. They shape their lives around what others think, and in doing so, they hand over their power. But here's the hard truth. Seeking approval makes you weak. It keeps you dependent. It keeps you controlled. And worst of all, it makes you betray yourself just to fit in. Why? Approval is a trap. The human brain is wired for social survival. In ancient times, rejection from the tribe meant death. This is why people feared disapproval. It triggers a deep, primal instinct. But today, this fear is irrational. You don't need anyone's approval to survive. You don't need permission to be yourself. And yet most people still act like they do. They silence their opinions to avoid conflict. They dress, speak, and act to fit others' expectations. They hesitate to take risks because they fear judgment. And in the end, they live a life that isn't even theirs. How to break free from the need for approval. Accept that not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Trying to please everyone is a losing game. Stop apologizing for who you are. You don't owe anyone an explanation for being yourself. Redefine rejection. It's not a sign of failure. It's proof that you're standing for something real. Ask yourself, if no one's opinion mattered, what would I do? The moment you stop seeking approval, you become unstoppable. You no longer hesitate. You no longer hold back. You no longer let the world tell you who you should be. And when you reach that point, no one can control you ever again. Why do people try to get a reaction out of you? Why do they push your buttons, insult you, or try to make you feel small? It's because your reaction is their reward. The moment you respond with anger, frustration, or insecurity, they win. They gain control over your emotions and prove that they have power over you. But when you refuse to react, you take that power back. Why does reacting make you weak? Most people live on autopilot. The moment they are insulted, they react with anger. The moment they are ignored, they feel hurt. The moment they are criticized, they feel the need to defend themselves. But here's the truth. Reaction is weakness. Control is strength. When you react, you are being controlled. You are letting someone else dictate your mood, your energy, and your peace. You are letting them decide how you feel, and that is the ultimate form of slavery. To master the art of not reacting, pause before responding. When someone provokes you, take a deep breath and give yourself space to think. See the game for what it is. They want a reaction. If you give it to them, you feed their power. Detach emotionally. Their words do not define you. Their opinions do not shape your reality. Choose silence over conflict. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. The power of silence is immense. Nothing frustrates a manipulator more than silence. Nothing disarms an aggressor more than indifference. When you stop reacting, you stop giving away your energy, you stop being a puppet in someone else's game. They insult you, and you remain calm. They criticize you, and you smile. They try to control you, and you walk away. In that moment, you win because nothing is more powerful than a person who cannot be shaken. The most powerful voice in your life is not the one coming from others, it's the one inside your own head. It shapes how you see yourself, decides whether you rise or fall. Yet, most people let this voice work against them. They repeat the insults they've heard, replay the doubts that others have planted, and let their fears speak louder than their potential. But here's the truth. If you don't control your inner dialogue, someone else will. Why? Because your thoughts control your reality. Your mind believes what you tell it. If you constantly think, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, or people don't respect me, your brain accepts those thoughts as facts. And once that belief takes root, it controls everything. Your confidence, your actions, and your entire life. But the opposite is also true. When you start feeding your mind with strength, confidence, and self-respect, everything changes. You no longer seek approval. You no longer doubt yourself. You no longer allow negativity to take hold. To reprogram your mind, catch negative thoughts instantly. The moment a self-doubt or insecurity enters your mind, stop it. Refuse to let it grow. Replace it with power. Instead of thinking, I can't handle this, say, I am in control. Instead of thinking, what if they don't like me? Say, their opinion is irrelevant to my self-worth. Repeat strength daily. Just like training a muscle, your mind needs repetition. Speak confidence, power, and resilience into yourself every day. Detach from the voice of fear. Not every thought deserves your attention. If a thought weakens you, discard it like trash. Becoming untouchable from the inside out means that external attacks mean nothing when your inner world is unshakable. No insult can break you if you don't accept it. No rejection can wound you if you don't take it personally. No challenge can defeat you if your mind is trained for strength. Control your inner dialogue and you control your destiny. And when you master your mind, no one, absolutely no one, can touch you. Some battles are not worth fighting. Some people are not worth your energy. Some situations do not deserve your attention. But most people don't realize this. They argue, they defend, they explain, wasting time on things that do not matter. But here's the truth. Walking away is not weakness. It is power. When you walk away, you send a message. I do not need to prove myself to anyone. You show that you are in control, that you refuse to be dragged into pointless conflicts, and that your energy is too valuable to be wasted. Why does walking away make you stronger? Most people stay in toxic situations because of ego. They want to win the argument. They want to prove their worth. They want to be understood. But what they don't realize is that true strength is indifference. The person who argues all day is controlled by their emotions. The person who gets offended easily is controlled by others' opinions. The person who always needs the last word is controlled by their ego. But the one who walks away, that person is untouchable. To master the art of walking away, recognize when energy is being wasted. Not every battle is worth fighting. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, in a year? If not, let it go. Detach from the need to be right. You don't need to win arguments. You don't need to prove your intelligence. Your self-worth is not up for debate. Silence is your weapon. Nothing confuses an instigator more than a lack of response. When you walk away, you take away their power. Value your peace over their drama. Protect your energy. Give your time only to things that elevate you. Becoming untouchable through disengagement means that some people will try to pull you into their chaos. Some will try to trap you in endless debates. Some will try to drain your energy just to feel powerful. But when you walk away, calm, composed, and completely uninterested, you win every time. Because nothing is more powerful than a person who refuses to be controlled. Most people are easy to read. They react the same way every time. Get angry and they fight back. Ignore them and they chase. Push them and they break. This makes them easy to control. But when you become unpredictable, you become untouchable. No one can manipulate you. No one can anticipate your next move. No one can control what they cannot understand. Why does predictability make you weak? Weak people are controlled because they are too easy to figure out. If you always defend yourself, people will keep attacking. If you always explain yourself, people will keep questioning you. If you always react with emotion, people will keep provoking you. But unpredictability, that is strength. 2, use unpredictability to your advantage. Don't react how they expect. When someone insults you, instead of getting angry, smile. Instead of defending yourself, stay silent. Confuse them. Be calm when they expect rage. People push your buttons because they want to see you lose control. When you remain calm, you take away their power. Change your patterns. If you always explain yourself, stop. If you always chase people, walk away. If you always argue, remain silent. Make them wonder. Keep your emotions private. Never let people know what truly gets to you. The less they know, the less control they have. But becoming an unshakable mystery means that people fear what they cannot predict. They don't know how to manipulate someone who refuses to play the game. They don't know how to control someone who reacts on their own terms. And that is where true power lies. When no one can anticipate your response, no one can break you. And when no one can break you, you are truly free. Why do people suffer? Why do they feel broken when someone rejects them, insults them, or leaves them behind?